All right, there are very few recipes that will warm you up as much as fire cider. Here with Chef Alex Hamilton. We're
Hi.
going to talk all about fire cider. But first, let's have a little shot.
Oh, so good.
Woo! Ha ha! All right. Now, wow. If you don't know, fire cider is a very, very old kind of folk herbal recipe. And it's so simple. It's a combination of essentially apple cider vinegar or another type of vinegar base, and then all kinds of culinary medicinal herbs added in. Things like garlic, things like chilies, horseradish, you name it. We're going to talk about your recipe, your version, talk about the benefits, and a little bit of the history of the fire cider.
Totally.
Yeah.
But as it said, fire cider. So like it's got to
Yeah.
be fiery. Like I mean, garlic, fiery, and actually with this one, with ginger, Alberta
Right.
ginger, and I just like I get so fired up with the ginger. And
Totally,
so,
literally.
yeah, yeah, exactly, and then so also locally grown hot peppers too that are like
Amazing.
ultra spicy, and then, wouldn't it be kind of an oxymel as well? Because like we do add some honey into it just so it kind of like 'cause the punch. It can be very punchy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, actually, yeah, oxymel
Yeah.
with the vinegar, the honey. So we have included that, and that's the thing. Like one can have any kind of like variation. It's unlimited
Totally.
amount of
Yeah.
variations. And I think it was one of those recipes. It's like, okay, what do we have? What do we have
Oh,
on hand?
yeah, like celery root. There's fennel. Because I really love the fennel, and it's like. It's such a complex flavor. I mean, like it hits you, and so it's like, but then after you kind of just sit and I
Yeah.
mean, it's also I've seen a lot of people. I like to just shoot it straight.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people just add it with water in the morning,
Right,
and
dilute a little bit.
get the digestion going, and I mean that's like also just with autoimmune things, and especially blood sugar dysregulation things is so good in the morning to have that.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about like benefits, and then we'll talk about like when to incorporate this in. So you mentioned it, digestive health benefits. So just the apple cider vinegar alone. I mean, it's I remember Janine always talking about the apple cider wonder drink.
Yeah,
Like it
totally.
is just such a wonderful substance. Just by itself as it is, and then this is just kind of elevated with all kinds of herbs infused into it. So apple cider vinegar is fantastic for digestion. So taken, before a meal, during a meal, with a meal, the fact that it can increase your stomach acid to make the meal more digestible, get you in that ready state for digestion. Amazing.
Yeah,
that way.
breaking down fats too, like
Yes.
is a huge one. I mean that I think a lot of people forget, and especially because I struggle with, with type 1 diabetes, right? And so, like one of those things that go under the radar a lot of time is fat,
Right.
and even if it's healthy fat,
Yeah.
but because it's like a dual metabolic thing, and so
Yeah.
with this, I get like it helps me break down the fats, the gallbladder break down the fats, and then the pancreas. With people that have working pancreases,
Right.
it can help with blood sugar modulation as well.
Yeah, totally. So it really is truly a wonder drink, not only for digestion, metabolism, but also immunity. I think that's maybe more the reason why people will reach for it. But again, benefits go beyond that. And again, apple cider vinegar in its own right, amazing that way. But you start to add in all these kind of like it's
Totally.
anti-plague juice.
Yeah,
in that
star
sense.
anise is in there.
Yeah.
Like there's maitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms that are locally grown, lion's mane mushrooms that are locally grown.
Yeah.
And all that.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think that's maybe one thing that kind of sets ours apart here of what we've done is the medicinal mushrooms, like fresh, locally grown mushrooms, as well as some mushroom extracts in there, plus all those like incredibly locally grown vegetables, that
Yeah.
like garlic, chilies, and onions and all that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it does have a bit of a savory flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So we can talk a little bit about uses now in that way. So you mentioned that you love to just kind of shoot it as a shot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like first thing in the morning or before a meal. Like there's literally any time you can take this, and especially, you know, first sign of a tickle or a cold or, you know, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This can be a part of that arsenal of just like kind of shooting it back.
Yeah, and it just it gets me fired up in the morning too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like literally, like after we had that, I was just like,
Yeah.
you know, like I just feel so
totally.
much.
You feel warm. You feel like increased
Oh,
circulation.
yeah, and especially with the cold, like the kind of just the modulation of
Right,
you know,
of weather.
yeah, and then just like if it's down out there, or if it's dreary out there, it's like, you know, get a boost from even just like with capsicum, you know, like
Right.
just that alone, you know. Like I remember going to Korea, and I went to like one of the best dumpling places, and the people beside me were like, "Oh, you know why Koreans we like kimchi
Yeah.
so much is because it makes us happy when it's all dreary out, you know." And
Right.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, like the probiotics and all that." But,
Totally.
like,
It's yeah, for sure. It's a natural like endorphin mood elevator
mhm.
for sure. So
It's a great.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely love it. Love all the kind of uniqueness. Elderberries we got in here. You got some
Yeah.
lemon in there. Alberta grown turmeric as well as the Alberta grown ginger. Yeah, star anise, cinnamon. It is like a symphony
yeah.
of flavors and totally amazing. So
Yeah.
all right, come on, check it out. We got 250 ml bottles, 500 ml bottles, some for yourself, some for the whole family. Doing shots every day before meals, after
warm
meals.
up.
Yeah, warming it
Yeah.
up. All right, enjoy.